Today I am going to work in my 2017 Composite Art Journal. What I'm going to work on was, in the month of July, my year 2017 prompt was loved ones. I did a sketch of my mother and my father, and I have kind of a rough sketch that I started here but I never finished. And I had one over here, and you can kind of see where I have the eyes in here, but I painted it out. Well, when I put these in my art journal, I want something on this page. I want these two pages facing each other. I'm okay with this page being just an ink sketch as it is. I'm going to leave it that way. The only thing I might do to this is sign it. But I want to do something on this page so that when I put it in my art journal, I will have a completed page. I have several pages like this where I've worked on 2 pages and I'll have a page finished over here but nothing there. So I'm going back through my Composite Art Journal, the pages, and I'm doing art on these blank pages so that I will have a complete section when I'm ready to bind it. So I'm going to work on this. Now what I'm going to do is, I have sketched my mother and father several times. I have sketched my grandmother and grandfather on my father's side, but I don't think I've sketched my grandparents on my mother's side. Now what I have here that I'm going to sketch from, I'm going to show it to you. This is a very pixelated picture of my grandmother on my mother's side. This would be my mother's mother. This was her wedding picture. Now, my grandfather was here too. In fact, it was a picture where he was seated in a chair and she was standing next to him. And I have that picture, but I was making ATCs a couple years ago, and I blew this picture up and made it an ATC size, and I've just had it in my stash. But I'm thinking, oh my, I think I want to sketch this because look at those sepia tones. Now, it's a very grainy picture because this has been zoomed in and expanded several times. I mean, think this was just a little picture and they were full figures. This was not even a portrait picture. So I do know her eyes look kind of like I say they have starey eyes, and it was a function of the photography at that time, and I would imagine my grandmother's eyes were not like that. So when I sketch that, I'm going to make them a little less stare-y, but I am going to sketch it in sepia tones. What I'm going to use is, I found these Vision ink pens, Uniball ink pens. They're Vision Elites. These are fairly expensive pens. I do use the black to draw with, but I found these gradient ones, like black with brown and black with red and black with green, and I think I have another one black with blue, but I don't have it with me. I also have this Papermate Ink Joy. Mary Macmillan gifted me a whole set of these Ink Joy pens and an entire set of these Pilot G2 pens. And I like these because they're water soluble. Yay! So I'm going to be using these pens to do the initial sketch, and then I have my Derwent ink tense blocks, and I will be using the browns, and there's a sepia brown in here. I don't know if you can see it. I've used and used and used it. And this is more of a brown, and this is kind of a gray-green brown, and that's a black. So that's where I'm going with this. I did want to show you this makeup holder. I got this at a garage sale, and this is what I'm keeping my ink pens in now, especially the ones that Mary gave to me, because I want something to hold them with. And I have found that, now I didn't do it with these, but I did it on this side. I tore this little binding open here, the little stitching there. This was a makeup bag. If I tear that little stitching, then I have a nice little pocket to store my pens and erasers and maybe even some watercolor in here. So I paid $1 for this. Yay! I really do like it. It's a nice, kind of a jazzy way with this bling buckle on it to hold my ink pens. So I'm going to get started on sketching Grandmother. I'm going to go into fast forward to do this. So I'm going to see if I can sketch Grandmother on this side and fill up my pages for my year 2017 section in my Composite Art Journal. Well, I'm not sure how much recorded on this. I thought I had plenty of space, but I'm going to call this finished. I'm happy with it for now. I didn't want to touch the face too much. It probably needs some more work in here, but I'm happy with it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next page.